up. Here you go. Here's something right here. You can start with this. Yes. Take a picture of this. I'll explain what hooping has to do with anything. You want to see my new trick? You ready? I've been working on this. Okay, wait a second. Whoa. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is my new trick. Everybody should have new tricks, okay? Everybody should be working on new things. Last night, did I eat walleye and beer cheese soup? Fantastic. And Phyllis back there just told me I cannot leave town without trying fresh, squeaky cheese curds. Thank you. Sometimes we feel stuck because something has happened in our personal lives. We're human beings. Maybe it's divorce. Maybe it's a medical issue, a family crisis, and it's hard to figure out how to move forward. And then we feel stuck. Sometimes we feel stuck because we are just running 24/7. We're doing everything for everybody. We have a long to-do list. We fall into bed. We wake up the next morning, and we go, what the heck happened? I don't even know if I liked it. And we feel stuck. Believe me, I understand. I have been there. And that is how I ended up on this crazy journey.
Frigid polar plunge on New Year's Day, swinging from a trapeze, dancing in the kitchen, Luann Kahn was stuck in a rut and desperately needed to reboot her life.
As long as you have breath, you can create hundreds and hundreds of moments. And you do. We all do. But what do? We wake up in the morning and we kind of do a lot of the same things. We eat the same thing for breakfast. If you work out, you probably do the same workout. You walk the dog the same way. You go to the same restaurant, order the same food, vacation in the same place. Why? Anybody? Comfort. Right. Comfort zone. And listen, in our crazy 24/7 lives, we need some comfort, right? Okay, that's good. But if you're stuck, that's when you need to get out of your comfort zone. And of course, that's the hardest time to get outside of your comfort zone. So here I am, by the time I'm 35 years old, I've lost my entire large intestine and my right breast, and I'm thinking, who survives that? Who gets to live past that? Obviously, I did. Not only that, I survived a kidney cancer 10 years later and had part of my right kidney removed. So yes, I am missing a lot of body parts. Who knew you could live without so many body parts? I am an empty shell of a woman. But now, fast forward, 2009, I should be dancing every day that I am just alive, but I am not. I should be thrilled that I see my little girl graduate college and grown up, but I am miserable. My daughter was there, and these guys in Speedos, who I do not know, dragged me into the ocean and dragged me out. But you know, something happened. Something happened. I felt different when I came out. It was almost like a crazy baptism. And when I came out, I felt exhilarated and excited and happy in a way I hadn't felt in a long time. And I realized I was on the right path. I just didn't really understand why. It took me a little while to figure that out. But I knew, all right, I'm just going to keep going. So every time you do something for the first time, it's like throwing a pebble in the karmic universal pond of life. You're creating ripples. You're creating energy. You're creating possibilities that were not there before. It does not happen until you take that step. You take that risk. You do that one new thing. For that, this is something anybody can do. Play with all the toys in the You will get some strange looks, but it is so much fun. Look, play is really important. I have a feeling about you guys are probably like me. Sometimes you get stuck on a project and you just want to finish it, and you think the longer and harder you work on it and you sit at your desk, you will fix this problem. You will do it. You'll just keep grinding away and losing sleep over it. I do that. This is why I have to make sure there are people around me that will pull me away to play. Because play is important. Play will help you fix that problem. Yes gets us into more social situations. Yes gets us into networking. Now, the thing about networking that's interesting is that oftentimes when we network as women, we're networking in the same network. We're talking to the same people over and over again. So when you need to make a change, you need to network in a different network. Or make sure you're not sitting with the same group of women or men and you are meeting different people. That's going to help you make a change. Now, I wish I could tell you every time you say yes, Prince Charming is going to come into your life. You're going to get that raise, the job you want. I cannot guarantee that. But what I can tell you is when you say no a lot, generally nothing new happens. So think about it. The next time no starts coming out of your mouth, start thinking about yes, especially if you know you want to make a change. It's true, the quote is true, almost everything we want is on the other side of fear. And when we practice taking risks, daring ourselves, even in the smallest way, we start learning how to tackle the big things. Very good. That was it. I know. Listen, that's how I felt. Like, yay for me. Pat myself on the back. I felt like, yeah, that's great. I did that. I felt so courageous and strong. Here is the thing about facing those fears. Every time you do something that faces a fear, and you feel courageous after you did it, you get to transfer that courage to other parts of your life. It's true. I spoke to a woman 2 weeks ago who was homeless and abused and had every horrible thing happen to her. She ended up in a shelter and someone dared her to run a mile. She had never run anything. She was a large woman who never worked out, and it was the hardest thing she ever did, and she said when she got up that hill and she's breathing and she's huffing and she thinks she's going to die, but she accomplished it, it's like, I can go to school, I can get a job, because that was the hardest thing I ever did. This has to be easier than that. That's how we feel when we face something that scares us. Now, what I'd like you to do is spend a minute talking to someone who's next to you and sharing your dare. But I also like you to help each other figure out how you're going to accomplish that. Krista is going to say yes to everything. So that's good. You're going to hold her accountable. All right, who else would like to share a dare? We're talking about leadership here and leading like a girl. And I just want to leave you with this idea, this thought, is, how do we lead if we're not motivated? How do we lead if we're not inspired? How do we lead our teams if we're not daring ourselves? So I hope you'll take those bubbles as a reminder, stick them on your desk. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, there's a lot of choices out there. Choose something different. And I promise you, something different will happen. I dare you. And I thank you for being such a wonderful audience this morning. Have a great conference.